This is Arctic Norway, Europe's greatest wilderness. It's a mind-blowing location full of breathtaking fjords, snowy peaks, and little fishing villages. Welcome to the 7th and final episode of Crossing Europe Without Flying. In the last 12 days, I traveled from the southernmost point of mainland Europe all the way up to the Arctic Circle by train, bus, and ferry. And over the coming days, I'm gonna attempt to reach Europe's northernmost point, the finish line of my challenge. So, let's embark on the final leg of this mammoth journey. Today I'm not gonna move on, I'm gonna explore the city of Tromso because this place has been on my bucket list for quite a while, and then tomorrow we're gonna start another mammoth journey that will hopefully end at the North Cape. So yeah, let's go and see what the largest city in Arctic Norway has got to offer. I am now walking in the port of Tromso, and the city is famous for many things, chief among which the fact that between December and January the sun doesn't rise in Tromso, so it's dark all day long, and then in summer they have midnight sun here. So now we are in mid-February and you can see that there is light. The time now is around noon and the sun rises pretty late, and then it's gonna go down pretty early as well. Apart from the fact that the sun doesn't rise or set here depending on the season, this is also one of the best places in the world to see the northern lights. Talking about northern lights, I am booked on a boat tour tonight and hopefully we're gonna see them. But there is no guarantee, and right now the weather is pretty terrible, but on the internet it says that there is a chance. And I don't really know what's gonna happen if we don't see them, but yeah, I am booked on a tour tonight. I can't promise anything, but I hope that I'll be lucky. And it is cold, but not super cold. Probably around 0 degrees, pretty much what I've become used to over the past few days. Tromso is one of the gateways to the Arctic, and many Arctic expeditions depart from here. Now, to learn a bit more about this exploration history, I'm gonna go into the Polar Museum. Inside the Polar Museum now, this is all about Arctic exploration, and here you can see how they built huts on Spitsbergen, which is an island group north of Norway, and today these islands belong to Norway. And yeah, here you can learn about how these islands were first discovered and how the people survived in these harsh environments. Here we have an exhibition dedicated to some of the early explorers, including Ronald Amundsen, the first person to reach the South Pole, and he was of course from Norway. After the Polar Museum, it was time to try out some local delicacies. Right, I just sat down at this local restaurant here and I got myself a beer, and I also ordered some reindeer sausages. Now, you might not agree with the concept of reindeer meat, but it is a tradition here, so you gotta try it. This is the reindeer sausage, and then we got some vegetables, some cheese, some sauce, and some fries. So let's try it. Here we got the sausage, let's try. This is excellent. It doesn't taste like any other meat. It seems to be much leaner than pork sausage, for example. And yeah, if you are in Norway, definitely try reindeer meat. That was some pretty amazing food. And the total price was around 30 euros for the reindeer sausage, the fries, and the beer. And yeah, I have become used to these Norwegian prices. And the time now is about 2:30 p.m. and the sun is slowly going down, and it has also gotten much colder, much windier, and a bit snowier because it just started snowing and raining at the same time. And yeah, I am not super confident for this Northern Lights expedition tonight, but so far nobody has cancelled it, so apparently it is happening. But I guess we'll see tonight. What I'm actually gonna do now is head to an ice bar, so let's see what that's like. The sunlight was pretty non-existent here, but now it has gone down, and just look at the image behind me. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. This is the port of Tromso, and then on the other side of the water in the background, you can see the snow-capped mountains. I mean, yeah, this is very pretty, and there is no snow here in the city center, but once you go out, it is very snowy. This is the ice bar, so let's go inside. All wrapped up now in this huge coat. Now let's go inside the ice bar. Wow, this is cool. Have a look at this, guys. This is a real ice bar here. And this right here is definitely ice. Let's touch it. Yeah, this is definitely ice. And you got these rock carvings here. Looks really cool actually. These are my new friends here from Taiwan, Amy and Wanda. Let's have an ice cold beer in the ice bar. Very good. While I was having fun at the ice bar, I got an email from my tour operator. Very bad news, guys, the tour got cancelled. They say that the chance to see the Northern Lights today in Tromso or around Tromso or even close to the Finnish border about 200 kilometers away is about 20%, so they cancelled the tour and it won't go ahead. So yeah, I'm really not sure what to do now. It is 8 p.m. and unless I can come up with some amazing idea on how to continue this video, I will have to call it a day. My amazing idea was to go get some beer and a pizza, not the evening activity I had in mind. Morning guys, today is day 14 of crossing Europe without flying, and yeah, yesterday wasn't the luckiest day in my travel career, so let's hope that we'll have more luck today. I am currently in Tromso, and to get to the North Cape from here I will first have to take a 6-hour bus to Alta. However, there's only one bus per day to Alta and it leaves at around 4 p.m. So that means that I will get to Alta at around 10 p.m. and I will have to spend the night there, because the next morning I will have to take another bus to a place called Honningsvak, and again I will have to spend the night there because there's only one bus per day from Alta to Honningsvak. And in Honningsvak I will finally be able to board a bus to the North Cape. And I'm really not sure how many buses there are between Honningsvak and the North Cape, but yeah, let's start the final leg of the journey. Right, I'm gonna go get some supplies before boarding the bus. Here's what I got: a can of Pepsi, a sandwich with bacon and egg, and a bottle of water. And the total price was only 10 euros. A real bargain here in Norway. Right, we are on a ferry now, crossing a fjord on the way to Alta. Unfortunately, it is dark now, so we won't be able to see much, but still, let's go have a look. Outside on the car deck now, and I don't know how much you can see on camera, but the views are absolutely breathtaking. And we are in Alta. This place is way smaller, way colder and way snowier than Tromso, and it is also a lot more remote. I booked myself a night in a guest house here because obviously at 10 p.m. there are no more buses going out of here. This really looks like the end of the world. I mean, there are some shops, but mostly just small houses and a lot of snow. And my guest house is right here, so I'll go check in now. Here's my room. Really not too bad, I have to say. 43 euros a night for this room. Who said that you can't find any bargains in northern Norway? And yeah, it is very Spartan and very basic, but for one night it'll do the job. Alright guys, day 14 of crossing Europe without flying is coming to an end. I am now in Alta and the North Cape is still about 230 kilometers away. Not sure if you can see that here, but because today is day 14, I should actually finish the challenge tomorrow. The initial time limit was 15 days to get from the southernmost point to the northernmost point of mainland Europe. But yeah, I am not sure if I can finish tomorrow, if I can cover those 230 kilometers tomorrow, because as you might have noticed by now, it is not easy to travel between these villages here in the Arctic region of Norway. Anyways, I will try to get to the North Cape tomorrow. I'm not yet sure whether it will be possible, but I will do my best. Glamorous travel lifestyle. I just realized that in this guest house you have to put the bed sheets on yourself. Maybe that's why it's so cheap. This is my absolute favorite activity at 10:30 p.m. I should have just gotten an overpriced hotel. That'll do. Don't need sheets on the mattress for one night. Good morning, guys. Today is day 15 of crossing Europe without flying, and we are in Alta, Norway. Now, day 15 was supposed to be the day that I make it to the North Cape and finish the challenge. But I have some bad news for you. I won't be making it to the North Cape today. The reason is simple. There is only one bus going from Alta to Hönigsvag per day, and it leaves at around 2 p.m, which means that I will get to Hönigsvag at around 6 p.m, and that will be way too late to go to the North Cape, because it will be dark and the Cape will be closed. I just realized that the guest house where I spent the night is located about 2 kilometers from the center of Alta. Now, I could walk that or take a bus. There is a bus stop over there, but it doesn't say when the bus runs, and I suppose it doesn't run very often. Fun fact, I am still wearing the same sneakers that I was wearing in southern Spain 2 weeks ago. Well, I don't want to make a hole like this. Let's walk on solid ground. This is a very pretty town though. You got all these Norwegian houses and then the mountains in the background. I am now walking into the center of Alta and I am freezing. It is -7 degrees. And yeah, I need to go warm up somewhere, maybe get a coffee. Guys, I just saw the first road sign for the North Cape. Have a look. There it is, 240 kilometers still to go. Over there we have the Arctic Cathedral, and that is sort of the main landmark here in Alta. Let's go have a look. I think that this is the main entrance to the Arctic Cathedral, and you have all of these ice sculptures. Pretty cool. Let's see if we can go inside. The Arctic Cathedral is closed on Saturdays, nothing we can do about that. But yeah, I am in the center now, and I think that I'm gonna go warm up somewhere because it is pretty freezing. Over the past 14 days, I covered more than 5,300 kilometers by bus, boat and train. And yeah, I am really feeling it now. The time now is about noon, and my bus is gonna leave at 2 p.m. And to be honest, I'm just too tired to go and explore more of Alta. I think that I'll just go have some coffee and wait for the bus. Right, I just spent some time in this coffee shop behind me, and this is the center of Alta. The town is actually not that small. I think it's home to about 20,000 people. And here you got a police station on the other side of the road, a big supermarket right here, a mall, and a few hotels. And now we are heading to a town called Hönigsvag. I think that is how you pronounce it. And that town is way smaller, but it's located just about 20 kilometers from the North Cape. And Hönigsvag is one of the northernmost towns in the world with a population of over 1,000 people. It has about 2,000 residents, I think. And yeah, this will bring us much closer to the North Cape. The time now is 1:45 p.m. and the bus should leave at 2:15, and the journey will be about 4 hours. So we should get to Hönigsvag at around 6:15 p.m. And I actually booked myself a hotel there. There are only 3 hotels in the town of Hönigsvag. There are a few more places to stay around the town, closer to the North Cape. But yeah, in the town itself, only 3 hotels, and I booked myself a room in one of them so that I can spend the night there and then tomorrow hopefully finish the challenge and get to the North Cape. We are somewhere in the absolute middle of nowhere in the Arctic, and we have to change buses again. This bus over there, that's the bus I just took, and that one is going back to Alta. So we have to take another bus that's going to Hönigsvag, but that one isn't here yet. So yeah, we have to wait for that now, and then we will continue onwards to Hönigsvag. We have been on the road for about 2 hours, and we are now just around 100 kilometers away from the North Cape. I mean, we are inching closer. Travel in the Arctic is slow, but very beautiful. The time now is 5 p.m. It is completely dark outside, and I still haven't seen the northern lights, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna see them on this trip. But you know, that's just something you can't predict. This is the second bus onwards. Last leg of the journey. We still got about 1.5 hours to Hönigsvag, but I'm really excited now because tomorrow morning I'm gonna finish this challenge. I am very close now. And we are in Honningsvåg, one of the northernmost towns in the world. I will spend the night here, and then tomorrow morning I am gonna complete this challenge. I am gonna make it to the northernmost point of mainland Europe, and I will have crossed Europe without flying. I am absolutely buzzing. Now let's go find a hotel before I freeze to death. Right, I will quickly show you the room here. This is what you get at the end of the world. We got a double bed, not bad actually, and then a view onto the street. A little desk right here. Let's check out the bathroom. And this is the bathroom. Very basic, very standard, but this room cost me only 96 euros. And yeah, I think that now I'm gonna get some rest, maybe go get some food somewhere, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we complete this challenge. Good morning guys, today is the 16th and final day of crossing Europe without flying, and that means that I am gonna fulfill one lifelong dream today and get to the North Cape. Before going to the North Cape, however, I'm gonna do something else that's been on my bucket list for quite a while. I am gonna jump into the freezing Arctic Ocean. This is it. This is where I'm gonna have a dip. It's full of snow and the temperature of the water is probably around 2 degrees Celsius, but yeah, we are gonna do it. The time now is 7:45 a.m. The sun hasn't risen yet, and I am gonna jump into this freezing Arctic water here in Honningsvåg, Norway. So let's go. Oh man, this is so cold. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell. Oh man, that water was absolutely freezing, and now I need to get back to the hotel because my hands are dying and so are my feet, and I also need to dry my stuff. But that's it, bucket list item number 1 today, and in a few hours we'll be at the North Cape. Right, after this ice cold dip in the Arctic waters and a very warm shower, let's go get breakfast. Alright guys, the time now is 10:45 a.m. Day 16 of crossing Europe without flying, and we are in Honningsvåg, Norway, and now I am on my way to the bus station to catch a bus to the North Cape. The weather has really turned. It is snowing now, and the snow will probably get heavier, but I hope that I can make it to the North Cape. I don't want to have come all this way to Honningsvåg for nothing, and today is the only day I can go because I actually need to leave tomorrow. Luckily, a bit of snow doesn't stop anyone from doing anything in Norway. And before long, we were on our way to the northernmost point of mainland Europe. The final stretch of highway was breathtaking. This really felt like the end of the world. After about an hour through stunning Arctic wilderness, we were at the finish line. It also seemed like our driver had chosen the wrong career.
Einillä härkien kaukalo nukkuu lapsi viaton, enkelparven tie kohta luoksen vie, rakkautta suurinta katsomaan.
Day 16, 11:55 a.m. and the challenge is complete. I crossed the entirety of Europe without flying. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. That was actually just the first monument. There is a much bigger monument over there. It's sort of a globe, but it's way more crowded. That's why I shot my scene over there. And here we are, the main monument. It is absolutely freezing and I'm getting snow into my eyes. But yeah, this is it. North Cape. Challenge complete. You might be wondering why there are so many people at the end of the world, and there is a simple answer. In winter, the Cape is only open for a few hours a day, and the cruise ships that dock in Honningsvåg drop all their passengers at the same time. And this is the end of Europe. This is the Barents Sea. If you continue onwards, you will get to Svalbard, and then at some point you will get to the North Pole. that's where we are. We are at the end of the world, literally. And that was it, guys. The end of this episode, the end of my challenge, and the end of this series. I hope that you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed doing it. It was very exhausting, 5,500 kilometers in 16 days, but it was worth every second of it. So yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.